Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more.
Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more. And at this time, I'd like to welcome Augustine, El Guti, Ramirez, to my morning show. Buenos días, Agustín.
Buenos días, Robert. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo está toda la gente por allá en San Antonio?
Muy bien, amigo. How about yourself? How you been doing?
Pues aquí nomás, dándole ganas, como siempre, keeping up, trying to keep up with the red race. You know how it is. Still in the music.
Yeah, man, I see you've been keeping busy, man. Congratulations. Good for you, man. You're definitely a pioneer, amigo.
Oh, yeah, I'm an old dinosaur, is what I tell the people. We've been living forever. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I have to thank all my fans out there that have supported me since the 60s, all through 70s, 80s, 90s, and now we're in the 2000s and still going strong, gracias a Dios. We've kept pretty busy. I'm still recording on my label, Guti Records. I have already recording volumes. I have Guti Records from volume 1 all the way through volume 8. And pretty soon, once I get things organized here, I went through a lot of mishaps here. I had a car accident, and our house burnt down, a family house, and you know how it is. It distracts your pattern and this and that. So, como quiera que sea, as soon as I get back on my feet here, que acabe con todo los arreglos que tengo que hacer, I'm going to get back in the studio to start working on another volume 9. Si Dios quiere, me presta de salud. We're recording over there with a Legends recording studio allá from Freddie. So I want to be thankful to Freddie for helping me out to record the volume 8. Mr. Joe Rivas helped out on it too también, on the newest, the volume 8, old school. It's already out in the market. I've got the website. That's Augustine Ramirez, www.com, Augustine Ramirez. So anybody can check into it and download whatever.
There you go. Now let me ask you this, Augustine. Born in Lockhart, Texas, ¿verdad?
I was born in Lockhart, Texas. Yes, sir. I still go out there to eat a lot and visit my family. My cousins que están ahí todavía. You know, all the elderly, ya pues ellos fallecieron. I'm an old dinosaur, like I say. So
Amigo,
I was born in Lockhart. Went to school over there. Mm-hmm.
So I was noticing on some of the groups you started off with in the beginning. You were playing in groups like Cisco Rangel y Los Jesters, Los Dominos, Fred Salas, Los Latinos.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Y Roy Montelango también, ¿verdad?
Yeah, when my mom moved us over here to Austin, because Lockhart was it's a small town, and back in the days when mi jefita estaba sola y my dad was in the service, pues ella quedó sola como quiera, and she wanted us to come to a bigger town and start working as, you know, as a family and save our money and buy a home and blah, blah, blah. You know, that was her dream, ¿entiendes? So she moved us over here in the late 50s, I think it was. And that's when I started La Palomilla de Volada, se dio cuenta que tocaba guitarra y cantaba poquito. So I started working for, I think it was AJ Ford Company. And this guy, Mr. Frank Nunez, I mean, he's a trumpet player. He was working for Cisco Rangel at the time, and we used to hang out, you know, in the afternoons and go out there to the lake. And yo me llevaba la guitarra, and he would take his trumpet. We drink a beer, but más antes había cuartos, you know, so we take a quart of beer and sit in the car out there in the lake and just play some songs and sing some songs. So he recommended me to Mr. Cisco Rangel, the leader of the Jesters, the guy in Austin, and that's how I got started with the music here in Austin with the Cisco Rangel and the Jesters.
Oh, I got to ask you this question. Now you're talking about the quart of beers. What kind of beer was it back in the day, amigo?
Oh yeah, Jack's was one of our favorites.
Jack's beer, man.
Yeah, Jack's, False Stab, them old models, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, I remember that beer being in my dad's hand, you know, but I put out Jack's beer, you know.
Yeah, era cuartos, no era botes de botellita, era cuartos, güey. You know, esa es la onda de la palomilla más antes. Everybody got a quart, that's it, you know. We didn't go any more than a quart.
Now, Augustine, I mean, I've got a fun fact here that I never realized about you, is that you've recorded over 60 albums in your lifetime. That's awesome, dude.
I lost track a long time ago, Carlito. As a matter of fact, you know, being that a lot of companies compile 2 or 3 together and this and that. So, yeah, it's been a lot of them, you know. My first one was Ojitos Traviesos. ¿Te acuerdas? Con Tanner in Texas, that was the label, you know. Ojitos Traviesos was my first recording.
And I've got to bring up this album because this is an album that I'll never forget. You know, the image of it, it just, I remember it clearly. And I'm looking at the image right now as I'm talking to you. El Cultivador. When all you guys are on the motorcycles.
Yeah, that was taken up there in Padre Island, Mr. Pues yo estaba con Zarape y otro trabajando. I followed after Little Joe. Little Joe was ya estaba terminating his contract with the Zarape Records back in the days, and Johnny Gonzalez, el producer of Zarape Records, was scouted around for another singer, and I happened to be singing for at that time I was singing for Los Latinos de Fred Salas. And one time we were playing at the Manhattan Club up there in Dallas. I have a good memory of it. And Johnny Gonzalez was there, and he liked the way I sang, because Fred Salas would always let me sing the Isidro Lopez songs, because me and my uncle would always be singing them. So Fred Salas would said, "Why don't you sing one of the songs of Isidro Lopez?" So I would get in the mic and start singing, you know. So Johnny Gonzalez took a liking of the way I sang, so he signed me up. He took me up. He took me on a caravana with Little Joe heading, of course, the caravana, and I was like the opening act. And that's how I got started. He kicked it off for me, you know. Little Joe, pues era el primero, eh. So that's why I always say I followed through after Little Joe. I came into Zarape and I made it work. And so, we were working up there con Mr. Domingo Peña. And I had just finished that Cultivador album, and Domingo said, "You know what? Let me talk to a friend of mine who has a motorcycle shop, you know, because I had an idea about getting bikes, or getting the Palomilla on the bikes and this and that." So Domingo dijo, "¿Sabes qué? I know the person that has bikes over here." So what he did, him and Johnny Gonzalez went and talked to him, and they kind of rented them from them. You know, they got a truck and put all the bikes up there, and then we drove over there to Padre Island, and they lined them up by the beach, you know, and we all got on them, and that's where they took the pictures, and that's like Cultivador happened, man.
Oh, yes, Augustine. Now, that was a lot of work to put together just for your album cover, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and pues todas, como Barco Chiquito rentó una barca grandota también, and that was taken in Grapevine Lake, allá en Grapevine, Texas. Pues así, casi sangre de indio también. Ese caballo, I wound up buying it. Pues actually, Danny Gonzalez bought it for me, and we took a picture up there in Grapevine también Lake on the side, and that's where the picture was taken also.
Now, let's get back to El Cultivador, because, amigo, this album is the greatest hits. I mean, éxito tras éxito y otro éxito. It's just a greatest hits, and what a way to kick off your brand new album con éxito, you know, puro éxito, Augustine.
Yes, it sells a lot todavía. Everywhere I go, people always look for the Cultivador album, you know. I think it's one of the ones that sell the most. Paloma de Meir, you know. Casi todo. I had a lot of buena suerte con vendiendo. Mucha gente dice que todas las canciones les gustan, you know. So I've been blessed by the Lord, gracias a Dios. Yeah, Cultivador album is real popular, yeah.
Now, let me ask you about this one song, and only porque, to this day, people can relate to it. It's la canción Sea por el amor de Dios. That's an awesome song, amigo. I mean, what a song.
Yeah, but that was written for, I think it's a true story that happened to this guy that went to Vietnam, and Johnny Gonzalez heard it when he was allá en el Valle, and no me acuerdo ahorita cómo se llamaba el grupito que la grabó, pero he heard that song over the radio. Somebody had recorded it. It's for Johnny Gonzalez de Volar. Me trajo una copia y dijo, "I want you to record this song." And it was perfect porque it was during the Vietnam War days, ¿me entiendes?
Right.
So it took off immediately, you know. Up to now, people still love it.
Of course. Now, let's see here. Let me move forward here a little bit, Augustine. Now, You know, some of the songs that I can remember dancing to these songs at the super dances, aquí en the convention center. ¿Te acuerdas de los super dances?
Seguro, cómo no, yeah.
There you go. Like, you know, one of your hits.
Actually, the super dances followed after the Bailes Grandes de Domingo Peña y Paulino Bernal. You know, they started the Bailes Grandes, you know. Paulino had the Tuesdays in McAllen, and Domingo Peña would make them on the Mondays in Corpus, so that would actually help the band, you know. Besides the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we also went to the Valley and Los Corpus and acabábamos allá con Paulino Bernal los martes. Y luego later on, comenzó, I think it was James Ruiz, comenzó con los bailes, pues aquí también los big dances, super dances. It's kind of like the same thing, ¿me entiendes? You know, I remember.
Amigo, did you ever perform at El Patio de la Luz?
Parece que no me acuerdo bien.
Really? That was a hot spot back in the 60s, ¿verdad?
Mm-hmm.
El Patio de la Luz. They had Sonny and Little Joe. Todos estaban tocando ahí. That's why I was asking you.
Fíjate, no me acuerdo. If I did, I just don't remember. I probably did. You know, when I started, I got real busy. Man, it seems like you know, I was, como se dice, like a fast car driver. Just everything was happening real fast. You know what I'm saying? So, but there might be a few things I don't remember. You know, time was just going too fast for me. You know.
Out of curiosity, tanto baile que tocaste. I mean, so many events que tocaste back in the day. Did you have good relations, like with Sonny Ozuna, Little Joe, Jimmy Edwards, the Royal Jesters? Did you have good relations with everybody?
You know, back then in the days, everybody had like their own plaza. We were always missing each other, and it was run perfect porque, you know, there were plenty of radios and plenty of places to go, you know, in a lot of states, ¿me entiendes? So, cuando uno estaba en Texas, otro estaba en California, otro estaba en Florida, y Michigan, y Chicago, y blah, 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 you know. We did all the states casi, ¿me entiendes? So, every once in a while we meet up with each other, you know, and probably play together, ¿me entiendes? In one of the super dances and this and that, yeah. But we got along all right, sure.
That's good, man. That's really good. That's very important nowadays, you know, con más ganas, man, you know, for everybody to get along, ¿me entiendes? I mean, que no estén peleando, ¿me entiendes?
We're all the same. Diosito nos dio a todos nuestro don, ¿me entiendes? Hay para todos, ¿me entiendes? To each his own, ¿me entiendes? And, you know, you can't expect everybody to like only you. I mean, you know, we have to cater to our own people ourselves, you know, de lo que nos pertenece a nosotros. You know, there's people out there that like Little Joe, like Sonny, they like Joe Bravo, Freddie. You know, hay para todos, ¿me entiendes? We can't expect everybody to like, you know, just one, you know. You know, it'd be boring, I think, you know, if there'd be only just one
that's
you know.
Right. That's right.
It's just like different flavors of ice cream. You know?
Augustine, I was just going to tell you that, you know, más que hay vanilla, pues oye, you know, oye, por favor, más there's only one flavor, vanilla.
Yeah, it's chocolate. Todo seguro que sí. It's been a good life, gracias a Dios. And we're still doing it with the legends. I mean, Mr. Freddie Martinez, Carlos Guzmán, de los Fabulosos Cuatro, ¿te acuerdas? Steve Blanco. You know, we've done a few projects with the legends también. Sonny, a lot of Canales at one time was with us también, pobrecita, God rest her soul.
Yeah, that's right.
A beautiful singer, la primera de la onda tejana, la reina, you know. We performed with también Carlos Miranda joined us también in one of our projects. Carlos Miranda, rest in peace. Joe Bravo, of course, Patita de Conejo, Sonny. So we've done quite a lot to cater to our people out there. Y todavía, fíjate, we can cover everybody. I get a lot of requests from people all over the states. When you guys come into Milwaukee, when you guys come into California, when you guys come in over here, que Houston, acá, nos quiero donde quiera. But you know, the way it is right now, there's not too much money to go around. And being that we're a lot of legends, you know, we have to kind of saturate break it up like in 3s, 2s, and 4s, and you know what I'm saying, as we go.
Sure.
So that way we can cater to people that hardly ever sees us, you know, especially people out of state. You know, I get a lot of people that say that you know, they live in the other states and they don't have the Tejano music out there like they used to hear and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. But una cosa seguro, Agustín, is That's the beauty of internet radio, like what I have in other stations. Now people can say, man, we don't get Tejano music, we don't get the old school Tejano, Chicano. They can hear it here, amigo. I'm internet, I'm worldwide. My mobile app is free, my station is free. Nobody can complain, man, because on my end, I'm playing it, brother. I'm playing the music.
It's all good. So let's dedicate this interview to all our people that are listening to us this morning, and les mando un saludo muy amable y un abrazo, un fuerte abrazo y un beso con todo mi corazón a todos ustedes que han apoyado la música tejana, chicana, nuestra cultura. Les mandamos un gran saludo a todos ustedes que escuchan. A Mr. Robert Rivas Show. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Augustine. Now, let me take you back. Let me take you back to the year 1973. Let's see if you can remember this. You had a big monster hit, un éxito pero grandísimo. Qué chulita estás. Talk to me about the song.
Yeah, that was a big hit. It still is. I think Mr. Carlos Cardenas composed it. I think he wrote it. I did that for Freddie Martinez, Freddie Records. It's on Freddie Records. People ask for it a lot. It's a real big hit. Yes, sir. It's got a real nice story about a little kid, going to school and this and that. Then he grows up, you know what I'm saying, and he falls in love with a babysitter, I guess. But it's a real beautiful story. I like it.
It is. It's an awesome story. Now, let's go 1 year further. Let's go to 1974. Otro éxito, Dámelo. Talk to me about Dámelo.
Yeah, that was written by Mr. Pepe Sanchez de Valde. It's also a Freddie Records recording. That's another popular one, que la piden también. I make fun of it porque dice mucho dámelo, dámelo, dámelo. I joke about it. I tell the people, this is the hardest song I do, so bear with me. Just to make fun of it. Dámelo, of course it's easy, anybody can sing it. It's another hit, real mega hit.
When I play it on my morning show,
I like tres ramitas, ahorita la fecha. Everybody loves that one too. I wrote that one.
That's right. Yeah. Oye, Agustin, when I talk about Dámelo, I say a make-up story. I said, man, that takes me back to the days, and I would sing to this girl in her ear. I didn't know her, and I would tell her, Dámelo, dámelo, y me metió una cachetada. And she was like, hey, dije, por favor,
Le agarró mal, dice.
Le agarró mal. Augustine, you came out with a CD called Para Mis Hijos.
Oh, that was in 1994. Yeah, I wrote that for my kids.
Talk to me about this. What inspired you to write this for your kids?
I was going through a divorce at that time. Separation. A lot of us men go through that. A lot of people. Of course, unos que no, pero como quiera, I was going through separation and divorce, and I kind of inspired that for my kids, para mis hijos, giving them advice to stay in school, and hope for the best and shoot for the stars and this and that. It's basically for my kids, so giving them good advice. That's what he talks about, education, Augustine, and all that.
Let me get your opinion on something here, Augustine. You're old school. I mean, you go back to the day to where I guess la música was known as Chicano music,
yeah.
And then somewhere along the lines it shifted to Tejano, but now, you going back to the Chicano music era, what's going on with Tejano music today, Augustine? In your opinion, ¿qué está pasando en la onda tejana?
It's a new generation of kids, mixed up cultures. Basically, Chicano Tejano is like real horns. It's all mixed up, Cuando comenzó la third wave, cuando salió el synthesizer and keyboards and all that kind of replaced the real horns, ¿me entiendes? So groups nowadays, cuando se quedó esa third wave, digamos, se acabaron casi, you might say que se acabaron las bandas con real horns. The little groups comenzaron a formarse con synthesizers and replace the horns with the keyboards, ¿me entiendes? And that kind of totally changed the sound, ¿me entiendes? So it's not, they call it Tejano, pero it's not the same taste that we had when we started it, our sound with real horns. That's how I describe it. I don't know if you understand, but.
Of course I do. Now, Augustine, I've asked this question to people, and pretty much everybody agrees, not everybody, but pretty much everybody. They say that más was the one that changed el estilo de la música chicana to Tejana by bringing in the keyboards and synthesizers. Would you say that's true, or is there another band that we're missing?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. You know, the synthesizer replaced the real horns, and that's what changed it. So whether it was Mas, maybe Joe Lopez and Mas were the first band with synthesizers that recorded, you know, and hit it big, which they did. You know, it's all good. I mean, they got beautiful music. You know, for one thing, you know, you eliminate a lot of guys on the road. You know. Maybe that's porque si va bandas como nosotros que todavía tenemos como 5 pitos and this and that, you know, 4 to 5 horns, you know, you carry a lot of guys, ¿me entiendes? Pero
that's right.
I much rather would like, you know, I'll stick to my, you know, my real horns instead, ¿me entiendes? I mean, I don't think I've ever done a gig with just keyboards, ¿me entiendes? But I mean, I would do it, también, you know, entiendes, you know, for the sake of just, you know, working, I guess, and making it happen for the people, so give the people a chance to listen to me, you know, sing.
But there is a big difference.
A big
difference. Horns and keyboards, no doubt.
Yeah, that's what changed it. The keyboard replaced. It's kind of like, yo le digo la raza, it's kind of like the cotton-picking machines that, you know, took our jobs away, you know, los pescadores de algodón, you know, just make a joke like that. They invent something and they replace something, you know.
That's true, because there's a restaurant, and I'll call it out. It's called Alamo Cafe. I don't know if you've been there or not, pero ahí te sientas, and it's a Mexican restaurant, considered Mexican restaurant, y las tortillas salen buenas, but when you're leaving, you see a window, y miras la máquina que está haciendo las tortillas. They replaced, you know, grandma or la tía with the rolling pin. Yeah, they replaced that, but it's una máquina, and then they still call them homemade tortillas, pero no tan hechas de mano.
But it's the same ingredients anyway, yeah.
That's right.
It's like the synthesizer. It's the same sound of a trumpet, you know, a brass, but it's not the real thing.
You have performed at so many events throughout your lifetime. Let me ask you something. Una pregunta. Is there one special moment, one special concert that stands out from all the other ones that you'll never forget? Algo especial que pasó or anything like that you can remember right now? That you say, you know what, Robert, there was this one night, this one moment, or this one song, or is there something like that you can remember?
Well, not really, not a certain one. There was a lot of them that were good. I mean, you know, something like you see extraordinary, like the Aragon allá in Chicago, you know, El Aragon is a big old place, you know. For some reason, I guess because I met Tiporro. I can't think of his first name. He was a comedian, movie star from Mexico, and he was performing there with in the same show. It was a Mexican show, conocidas también. So they had him as a guest, and I got to meet him, and we took pictures. And hasta ahorita, hasta la fecha, I've got a picture of him. I think he already deceased. El que cantaba Agustín bajaba a las tierras, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's one of a special night, I would think. And también cuando fuimos a los Grammys, I got to meet Shakira.
Oh, like, wow. Really?
I was in the red carpet with her before she made it real big. She was in front of me. You know, we were going to the after-hour party, the after-event party. At the Conga room, I think it was, where they have the red carpets and all the media's out there taking pictures. Everybody drives up in limos and all that. So that was a real special night también.
Did you ever perform in Mexico?
Fíjate que no he entrado para allá, fíjate.
Really?
Y tantos años que tengo en mi vida, y I've never performed over there. I might have to go if no, well, I better not say nothing about politics.
Yeah, I'm surprised. You never crossed into. What about California? Did you ever go perform in California?
Oh yeah, California. I did a lot of cities, towns out there. Yeah. Oh yeah, San Jose, Sacramento, Fresno, San Diego, Santa Monica, Watsonville, Newark, with just a bunch of them saying or just on and on, you know. Up from there, we would go all the way to Washington, Idaho, Cheyenne, Wyoming, we did Utah, we did all of them. Casi todo el West Coast I did. The only states I haven't done is New York, por allá y para la East Coast, ahí South and North Carolina, Virginia, todo por ahí no he hecho, pero but I did go from Texas all the way to Florida and then back, ¿me entiendes? Para acá y luego para arriba, para Midwest and all through the West Coast, all of the West Coast.
That's awesome. There really is. Augustine, any last words for your fans, amigo?
Well, once again, quiero que Diosito me los bendiga a todos ustedes y un saludo cordial de parte de Agustín Ramírez y gracias de todo mi corazón. Abrazo fuerte para todos ustedes y Robert, I congratulate you on your show. Yes, if I hear you have a lot of audience, you have like 3 years, parece, dijiste que tenías.
That's
en
right,
radio.
3 years and going strong.
Te deseo mucha suerte y mucho suceso y un saludo una vez más para ti, tu familia y toda la gente que te escuchan y que sepan que Agustín Ramírez, la ley de Texas, el Guti y Ramirez still exist and I'm still kicking. All right.
Hey, that a boy. Ándale, Agustín, el Guti, Ramirez, thank you for being part of my morning show.
Yes, sir. That's it. God bless everybody.
Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more.